Hello guys, news update number 22. So this is not like very recent, I think 2 months old news item, but students had asked me to do this. So that's why, because it deals with the Egyptian mummy, and Egyptian civilization is also important for many people with with respect to their exams and all. So mummification process also I'll explain, which I think other channels are not explained correctly. So we'll show you that. So this is the news item: pregnant Egyptian mummy discovered. Okay, so that doesn't mean a new mummy has been discovered. It is already a mummy on which research was going on, and they came to know that it's a female mummy and it is pregnant. So that is something of its first. Okay, it has never happened, and this is done by Poland researchers. Okay, Polish researchers discover a pregnant Egyptian mummy in a first. Okay, so that we'll see. Actually, first it was considered as a male mummy. Okay, then they were just doing some research to find out whether, or they had some doubt whether it's a female. So when they were looking much deeper, they found that there is not only that it's not only a female one, it also has a fetus inside it, and it's a pregnant one. Okay, so that shocking thing has been going on in the internet, so I will cover it. Okay, so first itself I'll give you an MCQ, because that also students keep asking. The Egyptian developed a type of government in which rule is based on religious authority of the pharaoh. Okay, pharaoh is the king of that time, religious king. So this kind of government model, what do you call it? Polytheism, democracy, theocracy, or monarchy? Okay, end of the video I'll tell you the answer. So this is the picture which you see. This is the mummy. So the Poland team member, okay, have told like, this is our most important and most significant finding so far, and it's a total surprise. It opens possibilities of learning about pregnancy and treatment of complications in ancient times. Okay, because they have never got such a mummy where they have seen it is pregnant, so they don't know the methods or any treatment methods which they used to follow that time. Okay, so this will help it. So when they were doing, okay, the research, the scientist or whoever was doing, when I looked at the lesser pelvis of a mummy, I was interested in what was inside. I thought I saw a tiny foot. Okay, well, that's a foot. At that moment, the whole picture started to come together. So they confirmed that it is a female one with a pregnancy state. Okay, now 4 bundles which are thought to be embalmed organs have been found within the abdominal cavity of the mummy. Okay, so this, what is this organs embalming? To understand that, before proceeding to the news item more in detail, I'll show you the mummification process in just 4-5 slides. Okay, so this used to be the picture. Okay, when you consider mummification. Okay, even the movie came. Okay, the mummy. So in that it's more clear. So this jackal-headed one god is there. Okay, which I'll tell you more details. And this 4 jars, these are all important. Okay, canopus jar. So if you see, these are the different type of gods. Okay, like half animal, half human, and maybe full animal, full human, like cat and all you would have seen in Egyptian culture. It's very, very important. So like this, many gods are there. But for this mummification process, you have to know 2 names. One is this Anubis, which has this jackal head, and one is this falcon head kind of thing, Horus. Okay, so these 2 are related to the story of mummification. Okay, and many other things are there in NCERT textbook and all. I think this Sphinx is given. Okay, the lion body and the human head. Okay, Sphinx you would have, many people would have seen. Okay, so like this, many gods are there, but for our story, that's not important. So ancient Egyptian believed in an afterlife when someone died. Mummification helps someone reach the afterlife, as they believed that an afterlife could only exist if there was a form. Okay, form means the body, the ka, they call it. Okay, and the other thing, the soul or afterlife is the ba. So the ka and ba will meet. Something is that there is their concept. Okay, so this will make them or give them another life after the death. So Egyptian believed that only way to do this was if the body was recognizable, meaning your body should look as if you were how it was when you were alive. Only then you will get the afterlife. Okay, so that is why they invented this mummification process. Okay, and the pharaohs, the king, they, when they are alive itself, they used to build their tomb. Okay, like when I die, I should be like, my mummification should be done, and I should be put in the coffin. Okay, so that they were doing when they were alive itself. Okay, so mummification was mainly done to wealthy people, as poorer people could not afford the process, because it involves lot of chemicals and lot of step-by-step process. It's actually, in fact, a 70-day process. Okay, it took 70 days to fully prepare a body for burial. Although sometimes poorer people might be mummified in less than a week. The process of preparing the body to stop it from decaying is known as embalming. Okay, so this is the pictures, and each picture I'll explain, so don't worry. So they will do it step by step, and in 70 days it will be ready and in the coffin. Okay, so the first step is taking out your brain. Okay, when you are dead, the brain will be taken out. For that, they have some hook kind of thing which you see here, and they put it inside your nostril, and they, I don't know, they apply some chemical or something, but they do that, and it is like, believe that it will flow through your nose and come out. Okay, the entire brain thing. Okay, because that is the first thing which will get rotten or something. So that is why they are going to remove the brain first. That is the very first step which they do. Okay, removing the brain. Then this canopus jar, which I showed you in the first picture also, this jars, actually the face of this thing actually is the 4 sun of that god Horus. Okay, so 4 sun are there, and that each sun will be for preserving one organ. Okay, the names are given here, but not very important, like happy, Dwamef. Okay, something is given. So this organs are preserved. So if you see, internal organs were removed through a cut in the left side of the body. Then the 4 things: lungs, liver, stomach, intestine. These were mummified and kept separately in these jars. Okay, magical jars which they think like canopic jars. So what they believe is the body which is separate and the organs which is separate, this will reunite magically. Okay, reunite and then come together as a new life. Okay, new afterlife. That is what they believe. Now the next step is the heart. The heart is considered very important, and heart is kept back. Okay, so that why I'll tell you, because they call it like it is for the need of feather of truth and justice. That means they are telling, if you are a good person, okay, if you are a good person, your heart will be just the weight of a feather. But if you are a bad person, it will be heavy. Okay, and you will not be getting afterlife. So instead of the god, this Amit, some concept is there, which is half crocodile, half lion, half hippopotamus. That thing will be taking up that thing, that body, if you had a heavy heart. But if you had a good heart, if you are a good person, light as feather, then you are qualified for afterlife. Okay, so the heart is kept inside the body, but the other organs are in separate jar. If you see here also 4 jars are there. Okay, so that is in every picture you will see that. Then what is done is your body is covered in a salt, a crystalline salt kind of thing, which is called natron. Okay, natron for 40 days. So it takes 40 days to dissolve all the body fat, all the moisture, and your full body will be stringed and it will be like a very skinny kind of body. Okay, so 40 days to preserve, and then total 70 days. Okay, which I already told you. So why that extra days also I'll tell you, because they will be wrapping you in linen cloth. Okay, so linen is done like this, very fully clean body. Lot of resins, chemicals, wine, something and all is added, and it's like fully preserved, and linen is done. Okay, linen coating is done. So after that, see, the jar also kept in boxes like this, and this will also go in another coffin. So it's very carefully done by experts who were in that process. And then this once you have done that salt and all, your entire hair, everything will be gone. So fake wig kind of thing, then fake eyes will be there, and jewelry will be there, and based on which family you are, if you are a royal family or a wealthy family, more jewelries and amulets and these things will be there. These are amulet pictures. Okay, so fake wig, makeup, jewelry, everything is kept on the body. And if suppose you died in any like accident kind of thing, anything, your body part got damaged, then they will keep wooden parts instead of that, just to make your body look complete. Okay, so that it's ready for the afterlife. Okay, protective amulets are kept, and if you see the terms, Vedjet eye amulet, and then this Karab amulet, these things are holy things for them, it's kept. And finally it will look like this. Okay, what you see in picture, it will look like this. Then this process takes 15 days. Okay, and you are ready for the afterlife. Then there is a ceremony, final ceremony called the opening of the mouth ceremony, done by the priest. Okay, just before the burial. So that if you see, one priest is there. Priest will be telling, like, it's like magically giving you the speech, sight, hearing, because all these things, when you die, it's gone. So body they have done, now through magic or something, they will do restore all these things to you. Okay, and also outside the coffin, this box, if you see, the person's face portrait or painting kind of thing is made. So seeing the outside coffin itself, you will understand, okay, this is the person inside this. Okay, the face is drawn outside the box. Okay, so this is the entire embalming process. And the coffins, one problem I'll tell you, because there are jewelry and all these things kept inside, later theft and looting started. Okay, because people know that inside this, it's not only a body, there are a lot of jewelry and very priced possessions. So what happens is people will be stealing, looting. Maybe sometimes what happens is this body gets exchanged also. Okay, they will take out the bodies, then they'll keep it back in whichever box they like. So in male coffin, there will be female body, female coffin, male body. So that kind of things used to happen. That is what exactly happened for this news item also, which we are discussing. Okay, here by mistake that female was placed in a male coffin, and that is why the confusion was there. Till now we are thinking it was a male priest from some 1000th century BC or something. Okay, that again in the upcoming slides I'll show you. And along with all the things, worker models, okay, small model workers are kept, which is called the Shabtis, who would work for the dead in the afterlife. Okay, that belief also they have. So that is the entire process. Now coming back to the news item, this entire discovery or whatever, as I told, Poland researchers, it's under a project called Warsaw Mummy Project. Okay, so Warsaw Mummy Project, they posted in Facebook like 2 months ago, radiology examinations of an ancient mummy said to have been found in royal tombs in Thebes in Upper Egypt. Okay, Thebes is a place or community there. Okay, so they, if you see, she came from an elite of Theban community and was carefully mummified, wrapped in fabrics, and equipped with a rich set of amulets. The body was partly robbed by antiquities dealers in the 19th century. It is not known what other items were inside the textiles of the mummy. Okay, so because it was like half damaged, half this thing and all, they believe it was like someone tried to rob it, and then that is why the coffin also got exchanged. The Warsaw Mummy Project was initiated by a group of archaeologists from the University of Warsaw. Warsaw is in Poland. Okay, Poland's capital, I think. So Warsaw in 2015. It aims to examine the animal and human mummies at the National Museum in Warsaw. Under the project, the scientists use X-ray, CT scan, podoscopy, dactyloscopy to analyze the mummification methods and state of tissue preservation. These advanced techniques help in discovering the first pregnant mummy, though she was unearthed a century ago. Okay, so it's like a rediscovery. You have already found it, but now you actually found something more important. Okay, and those terminologies, podoscopy means footprint examination and dactyloscopy means fingerprint examination. Okay, I hope that terminology are new to you. Then, so the news item, this is the first time in the history scientists have found a fetus in a mummy. Initially, the researchers thought the mummy was a male priest. The mummy was first brought to Warsaw in 1826. It was believed to be mummy of a male priest due to the inscription on the coffin. Okay, some name was written. That name also I'll show you. So, however, recent scans are revealed there is a fetus. Now, X-ray and CT scan, if you do, the pictures are here, reveal that the remains inside belong to a female and did not match the coffin and cartonnage case that was made for a male. And the name of the male is this Hor Dejoti something. Okay, that was the name, and they till now thought it is that male priest. Okay, but it is actually a 20 to 30-year-old age woman, and who is around 7 months pregnant. Okay, and that is calculated by the size of that fetus head. Okay, the skull, that will help you tell, okay, that this much pregnant she was. So the researchers haven't determined the sex of the fetus or why it was left in the womb. A baby that didn't have a name may not have been thought of a distinct individual, and as ancient Egyptian belief held that naming was an important part. So they are now coming to conclusions. Why maybe when they are removing all the organs, making everything clean, why is a fetus left there? So they are telling that because that is not yet born, there is no name, and naming is a very important ceremony in Egyptian. Maybe that is not even considered as a human. So we don't need to remove or send it to afterlife separately. It will go along with the mother. Okay, see, afterlife could have only happened if it had gone to the another world as part of its mother. Okay, this is one theory. Another theory is that hypothesis that this was very difficult to extract. Maybe the fetus was very difficult to extract without damaging any other body parts. Okay, any other female body parts there. So that is why, because they want it all very like preserved way, right? So they did not want to risk it. So maybe they left the fetus there itself. So these are the two conclusions or hypotheses they have. Okay. The archaeologists are also not sure why the mummy was inside a male's coffin, and however, it's thought up to 10% of mummies are found in the wrong coffin due to illegal excavations and looting. Okay, like I told, there will be some looting happening. There was damage in the wrappings on mummy's neck also. Okay, likely caused by robbers who may have stolen some amulets. Okay, so this is the entire news. Now the conclusion, this specimen sheds a light on an unresearched aspect of ancient Egyptian burial customs and interpretations of pregnancy in the context of ancient Egyptian religion. Experts have called her the mysterious lady of the National Museum in War because there is still much that unknown about her. Her mummy represents a fine example of ancient Egyptian embalming skills, thus suggesting her high social standing. She was also buried with a rich set of amulets. It's also not clear why she died. Okay, even though high mortality during pregnancy and childbirth in those times is not a secret, maybe that is one reason. Okay, therefore we believe that pregnancy could somehow contribute to the death of the young woman. The team now hopes to analyze small samples of blood that were preserved in the mummy's soft tissue to try to figure out the cause of the death. So they are again researching more. Okay, now for the MCQ which I told, the MCQ, the answer here will be theocracy. Theocracy is where a religious head will be there, like in Iran and all, it is theocratic model. Okay, so this is the answer for the question, and there are more news about this mummies. Okay, you should go and research. I think few months back there was some, I think the vocal cord was intact of a mummy. Okay, vocal cord, usually the soft tissues, everything will be damaged when you recover after these many years, but some vocal cord was there, and using some modern computer technology, they have used and recreated the voice of that person. Okay, something like that, a very important news was there, but I have not got much details, and it's not to be covered like a big 10-minute episode. So I'm just telling you, you can go and read about that also. Voice also is being restored. So that much advanced technology has come now. So I hope the entire issue was clear. We have done maximum research to give you all the genuine details. So give your feedback. I'll come up with the next episode. Thank you and have a nice day.